top cheesy dishes in the world. Saganaki. From Greece. Saganaki is a highly popular Greek appetizer where various vegetables, meats, or seafood such as shrimp or mussels are wrapped in cheese, then pan-fried or seared. The cheese can also be prepared on its own, without any accompaniments. It is then pan-seared until it develops its distinctive golden crust, and served in the so-called sagani, a small, two-handled pan in which it was fried. In the past, the word Saganaki referred to a method of spicing up the local cheese by Greek peasants, who would pan-fry different varieties of cheese such as feta, koshkaval or manori. While regional variations of the dish include the use of formala cheese in Arakava and halloumi in Cyprus, the cheese used in a typical Greek Saganaki is usually graviera, kefala graviera, kasuri, kefalotirai, sheep's milk feta or any other firm cheese that melts well without losing its shape. Provoleta. From Argentina. In Argentina, provoleta or grilled provoleta cheese is typically enjoyed before a meal as an appetizer. It's one of the staples of the Argentine barbecue asado. The semi-hard provolone is the perfect cheese for the grill, because it's compact and firm. For asado, it is sliced about an inch thick, seasoned with a generous amount of oregano, maybe a light sprinkling of dried red chili flakes, and grilled until it just starts to melt in the center. Provoleta is best enjoyed topped with the garlicky chimichurri sauce and paired with crusty bread on the side. Focaccia di Recco col formaggio. From Recco, Italy. This delectable cheese-filled focaccia hails from the town of Recco, Liguria's gastronomic capital, where it can be found in every bakery, pizzeria, and restaurant. It was reportedly invented in the 12th century when, according to legend, the citizens of Recco were preparing this dish for the Crusaders with the little they had: flour, water, olive oil, and some cheese. Unlike most other focaccia flatbreads, this one is made without yeast, and features a paper-thin, hand-pulled crust filled with the soft, mild-flavored cow's milk cheese from alpine pastures called Stracchino or Crescenza. By the end of the 1800s, Focaccia di Recco had become traditionally associated with the celebration of All Saints' Day, but today it is prepared and enjoyed throughout the year. Raclette. From Canton of Valais, Switzerland. Raclette is a national dish that shares its name with the slightly nutty Swiss cheese made from cow's milk, an appliance for preparing the dish, and a full dining experience. Extremely popular in the ski region Valais and other parts of the Swiss Alps, where it also originated, raclette was invented by the Swiss mountain shepherds who used to gather around a fire while roasting potatoes. As they left some cheese near the fire, it started to melt, so they scraped bits of it on the potatoes and raclette was born. The dish takes its name from the French word racler, meaning to scrape. As few people have a fireplace these days, modern appliances such as raclette melter and raclette grill are used instead. Khachapuri. From Georgia. This simple cheese bread known as khachapuri is the most famous dish in Georgia. It is traditionally topped with melted cheese, eggs and butter. There are different types of khachapuri, and even though some new cheese varieties such as mozzarella and feta have been incorporated in the dish, the most common additions still include traditional Georgian sulguni or Imeretian cheese. It is shaped into different forms, and depending on the baking procedure and its form, it can be consumed individually or shared. Two of the most common varieties include the Imeretian khachapuri, shaped into a circular form, and Adjarian khachapuri, the open-faced version topped with butter and a raw egg on top. Banitsa with cheese, Banitsa sas sirene. From Bulgaria. The Bulgarian bai banitsa made with cheese is the main version of this traditional bai. It's made by layering sheets of buttered phyllo pastry with a combination of eggs, yogurt, and cheese such as sirene and feta. There's an optional ingredient in the preparation of banitsa, and it's baking soda, which makes the yogurt rise and makes the pie fluffier and richer in flavor. Traditionally, banitsa with cheese was prepared and served on Christmas and New Year's Eve, but nowadays it can also be bought throughout the year at grocery stores, street vendors, kiosks, and pretty much everywhere. Apart from this basic variety, there are also other types of savory or sweet banitsa pies filled with various vegetables and fruits. Burek sa sirom. From Serbia. Burek sa sirom is a phyllo pastry that is round or coil-shaped and filled with a mixture of cheese and eggs. The dough is made with flour, salt, and water, and perhaps a bit of oil, and stretched into translucent sheets. The sheets of phyllo dough are stacked in a large tray, and each sheet is sprinkled with oil or oil and mineral water and spread with the cheese and egg filling. Still, you might have heard that burek can only be called burek if it's filled with meat. That is, if you live in Bosnia and Herzegovina, but not everyone does, nor is burek really Bosnian. In fact, it has Turkish origins. In Bosnia, burek, with meat, and other types of similar pies such as Syrnica, cheese, and krumprusa, potatoes, are usually rolled into a coil, while Croatians and Serbs have a more relaxed approach. Burek can be round and cut into quarters, or rolled into a coil. Both shapes are good, and both can be called burek sa sirom, when filled with cheese, of course. Fondue Jurassienne. From Jura, France. This is another one of those centuries-old dishes that were invented as a practical way to use old cheese and old bread. In this case, the dish is called Fondue Jurassienne. The star of this fondue is Comté cheese, a staple in the Jura and Franche-Comté regions. To make this cheesy fondue, highly acidic white wine is first warmed in a pan or a pot, and it is then combined with a combination of Comté cheese and corn flour until it is thoroughly combined with the wine. Khachapuri, salt, and pepper are added to the whole combination, which is then transferred to a well-warmed, garlic-rubbed fondue pot set over a flame. Half and half fondue, Fondue moitié-moitié. From Fribourg, Switzerland. Moitié-moitié, lit. Half and half, is a traditional Swiss cheese fondue originating from Fribourg. The name refers to the fact that the fondue is made with equal amounts of Gruyere and Vacherin Fribourgeois cheese, along with garlic, white wine, potato starch, black pepper, and khachapuri. The fondue pot is rubbed with garlic, the clove is left in the pot and mixed with all the other ingredients except the khachapuri and pepper. The ingredients are stirred until smooth and creamy. The mixture should not come to a boil, but it should be left to lightly simmer. Quesadilla. From Mexico. Quesadilla is a simple Mexican snack consisting of a flour or corn tortilla filled with cheese that melts well. It is commonly folded in half and consumed. A quesadilla can also have some other ingredients on the inside such as meats, beans, or potatoes, but cheese is always mandatory, with the exception of Mexico City, where cheese in a quesadilla is often an afterthought. Sometimes, it is cut into wedges and served with salsa or guacamole on the side, and it can be topped with vegetables such as diced tomatoes, onions, lettuce, or hot chilies. The origins of quesadilla are somewhat murky, but it is known that the cheese was brought to Mexico by the Spaniards along with other dairy products in colonial times, and that thin flatbreads were already a staple of the Mesoamerican people. Cacio e pepe. From Rome, Italy. This ancient dish with Roman origins is regarded as one of the simplest and most satisfying Italian dishes. Cacio e pepe consists of pasta, usually spaghetti, aged pecorino romano cheese, salt, and lots of ground black pepper. Since the ingredients are easy to transport and do not spoil easily, it was once the favorite dish of Roman shepherds. The spicy pepper protected the shepherds from the effects of cold weather during the night, while the pasta provided them with the carbohydrates they needed to perform their back-breaking labor. However, this simple meal is so good that the famous chef and television personality Anthony Bourdain described it by saying it could be the greatest thing in the history of the world. Syrniki. From Russia. Syrniki is a dessert consisting of fried cottage cheese pancakes that are usually garnished with honey, fruit jam, sour cream, or apple sauce. It is part of the Russian, where it's sometimes also called TV or roshniki, Belarusian, Ukrainian, Latvian and Lithuanian cuisine. Cottage cheese is traditionally first sweetened with sugar, then combined with flour into a dough which is fried in hot oil until it develops a golden brown color. Syrniki can be served for breakfast or consumed as a tasty dessert after a large meal. Tiropita. From Greece. Tiropita is a popular Greek snack consisting of sheets of phyllo dough that are filled with a combination of cheese, usually feta, and eggs. The dish is typically wrapped in triangular pieces and brushed with melted butter before baking. This tasty pastry is found in almost every Greek bakery, although it is commonly served as an appetizer, when it is accompanied by numerous dips on the side. There are several theories about its origin, but most link the dish with either Byzantine, Roman, or Turkish cuisine. Tiropita is mostly consumed in the mid-morning in Greece, since breakfast is usually reserved only for bread with butter and a cup of coffee. With its huge popularity, there are also some other variations of tiropita, such as kassaropita, which is filled with kasuri cheese, or spanakopita, a spinach-filled variety. Tartiflette. From Savoie, France. One of the best-loved dishes of the Alps, tartiflette is a mouth-watering gratinated potato dish from the mountainous region of Savoie in France. It is made with medium-sized potatoes, white wine, reblochon cheese, onions, smoked salt pork, lardons fumes, and often creme fraiche. The dish is baked in the oven until the cheese browns and melts. The modern tartiflette was invented in the 1980s as a reimagining of an old gratinated potato, cheese, and onion dish called paella. It was created by the Union of Reblochon cheesemakers in order to increase the cheese's popularity. The dish instantly caught the attention of both professional cooks and the general public, and over time it became popular outside the French borders, most notably in Italy and Switzerland. Tartiflette is usually served piping hot, ideally with a green salad and a glass of French white wine on the side. Fondue Savoyarde. From Savoie, France. Fondue Savoyarde is one of the most popular dishes from the French region of Savoie, located in the heart of the French Alps. Originally a dish from Switzerland, fondue quickly rose to popularity in the Savoie region. The dish is made with a combination of melted cheeses, usually Gruyere, Beaufort, Emmental, and Comté. Savoie tradition says that if your piece of bread slides off the fork into the rich, hearty fondue, you must buy the next round of drinks, kiss the person next to you, or even run naked through the snow. After the dish has been communally shared and consumed, the fondue pot is crusted with toasted cheese, called la religieuse, providing some sort of a religious delight for true fondue aficionados. Aligot. From Burek, France. Aligot is a French dish which incorporates mashed potatoes, melted cheese, cream, and crushed garlic. This combination results in a creamy, elastic, and velvety mixture that is similar to fondue. The dish is a specialty of Burek, a region located in the south of France. It is believed that aligot was invented by monks who lived in the regional monasteries and were often visited by pilgrims on their way to Santiago de Compostela, a pilgrimage site in the north of Spain. The original version included a combination of bread and cheese, but the dish got its final form in the 16th century, after the introduction of potatoes. Aligot is often served alongside sausages, roasted veal, lamb, and pork. Traditionally, it is prepared with the local tom cheese, but modern varieties often incorporate mozzarella or contol. Adjarian Khachapuri. From Adjara, Georgia. One of the most popular Khachapuri varieties, Adjarian is an open-faced pie that is filled with a combination of cheese and eggs. The base is made from yeasted dough that is rolled into an oblong shape and traditionally comes filled with soulguni or Immeretian cheese, or the combination of both. The dish is finished off with an egg that is placed on top, and the pie is then additionally baked until the egg is partially set. This boat-shaped pie hails from the coastal area region, and it is usually served with a slice of butter on top. Syrnica. From Bosnia and Herzegovina. Syrniki is a savory Bosnian pie consisting of phyllo dough that is filled with a combination of fresh cow cheese, sour cream, and eggs. Thin sheets of dough, locally known as jufka, are spread with the cheese mixture and the whole pie is traditionally rolled into a spiral. Before serving, Syrnica is occasionally sprinkled with water, oil, or milk. Although it can be enjoyed on its own, this savory pie is often accompanied by yogurt or sour cream. Tequeños. From Los Teques, Venezuela. Tequeños are a traditional Venezuelan snack consisting of fried wonton wrappers or empanada dough filled with cheese. It is believed that this snack originated from the city of Los Teques. Tequeños are usually served with various sauces and dips such as guacamole or salsa de palta. Although the snack got its start in Venezuela, it soon spread throughout Latin America. In Peru, tequeños are popular as an appetizer or an afternoon snack, and Peruvians sometimes add ham, lomo saltado, or ají de gallina to the cheese filling. Kasspatzln. From Tyrol, Austria. Kasspatzln is a traditional cheese-based dish in several regions of Austria, Germany, Liechtenstein, and Switzerland. Most notably a favorite in the western Austrian state of Tyrol, this variety of Kasspatzln uses strong-flavored local cheese varieties such as Burek or Graukäse. The recipe is simple. A soft and slightly runny dough is gently pressed onto a special grater, Spatzlhobel, creating small noodle shapes that are boiled until firm. The noodles are then mixed with sautéed onions, followed by generous heaps of grated cheese. The mixture is left to cook until the cheese has completely melted, and it is then garnished with chopped parsley and fried onion rings. Depending on the location, the dish can be accompanied by fresh green salads, potato salad, or applesauce on the side. Do subscribe Travel and Taste channel and like videos. For further videos, stay connected.